Too refreshing. Drink, 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 drink. Good evening, good evening. Happy Thursday, August 9th, 1970. I mean, what about to say 1974, 2024. Yeah. I've been having Richard Nixon on my brain all day because today is the 50th anniversary of him quitting. My bad. I apologize to everybody. But happy August 9th, 2024. Tonight is part two. Part two. We had a great show 2 weeks ago. It's a great show every week. No, it's a great show every week. But 2 weeks ago, we had a part one. And because we're in the middle of Olympics and track and field going on, we had to bring the legend back for part two of the segment. So without further ado, we have North Carolina Central legend, HBCU legend, 1960s track star. He was on 1968 Olympic team for triple jump, which he was a star in many events. He was an athlete in many events. He was Jack Pierce's track coach, 1992 bronze medals, won 10 hurdles. Was a U.S. junior coach a few years back. We're going to bring back Coach Norman Tate. Welcome back, Coach Tate.
Thanks for the introduction, guys.
Yes, sir. Thanks for coming back, Coach.
No problem.
Yeah, indeed. Okay, well, hey, were you not entertained today? Were you not entertained today? Because I sure was. Look, I'm gonna tell you right now. I think I got some heart palpitations today because there was a lot of heart-stopping stuff that went on today. So before we get into the track and field, because that's going to be heavy, that's going to be the main course, we got to first start off with USA basketball. That started my first heart palpitation right there with USA basketball. Woo! It was almost about to be maybe the biggest upset in Olympic basketball history, but they pulled it out in the last minute. And first, we're going to start off, of course, with Coach Tate. Coach Tate, what did you think about the basketball game today between Serbia and the United States?
It was a thriller. It almost brought back memories of when USA lost to Russia. I mean, they got cheated out of that one, but it was a loss. But today, boy, it was pretty scary. But the old head saved the day. Steph, LeBron, and what's his name, and Kevin. That's what I'm saying. Never like having some old heads around. That's why this show is gonna be interesting tonight, because y'all got the old head here.
Oh yeah.
That was a super game. And the thing about it, if they had lost that game, boy, they've been talked about forever. So I'm glad they won it.
Hey, Coach Tate, that Noah Lyles thing, he said world champions of what? That would have been really that would have really been it today if they had lost that game. That would have been going on forever.
Yeah.
And I gotta give a shout out as well to Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid played very well today. People were talking about, he shouldn't be on this team. He shouldn't do that. Joel Embiid showed up, and once again, he dominated the Joker today. Once again, he took it to the Joker again. Again, he took it to him. So, I mean, man, that was it was a great game. And Steph looked like golden. I mean, Steph looked like Steph.
Yeah,
like
he did.
LeBron played a great all-around game, had a triple-double, 16, 12, and 10. Kevin Durant might be the best Olympic player we've seen because him and Melo, when they get in them Olympics or something like this, Olympics, with them boys, they come out guns blazing. But Will, we're gonna ask you, Will, what do you think about the game today with USA versus Serbia? Them Serbian guards were tough, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
what's his name? What's his name? The one with the long name?
Bogdanovich.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, man.
Yeah, he was firing.
Yeah, he was firing.
Now it was a great game, entertaining game. I'll be honest, JP. Like all I had in the back of my mind was that Noah Lyles quote. You know, I was like, man, if they lose, oh my goodness. You know, but it was cool to see. You know, the OGs. You know, rally the team. You know, LeBron had the second triple double in Olympic history. You know, he had the only other one. KD, you know, now officially the all-time leading scorer for Team USA. You know, Steph finally looked like Steph.
Yeah.
You know, and they needed every bit of it, man. You know, so you know, shout out to them and shout out to them for not getting. You know, it's easy to kind of lose your composure and give up when you're down. You know, especially when you don't expect to be, you know, losing. You know, what did Tyson say? You know, everybody got a plan until they get punched in the face.
Sir, indeed. JJ, what are your thoughts on the game today? Because me and you, we were going back and forth. We were talking about it early when the game was going on.
And remember, I was cool, calm, and collected. I said, no biggie, they're going to come back. I said, we got plenty of time. And started hitting them shots. And Serbia kept, you know, throwing stuff away, turnover, missing shots. The USA came back. I said, and LeBron James, his new name is Captain America. Man, South Sudan game, even the prelim games, even he just drive to the hole. You can't do nothing about it. He's too big, too strong. They don't have calcium milk overseas like that, so if he can make contact with them, they're going to fracture. Going to be fractured clavicle. So LeBron's new name is Captain America. Steph Curry was Chef Curry today. He was cooking up and serving. Durantula was doing his thing. And Embiid, thank God for Sixers. Embiid, yes, sir. Now, on the milk carton today is Jason Tatum. I don't know what happened to him. Like he was totally poof. So hopefully he plays in the finals.
Well, he didn't play. He didn't play today. This is what Steve Kerr continues to do. You know, since players that think that he doesn't play players that he think the matches up with certain teams and stuff. And you know, another thing we got to give credit for LeBron James for today too is he played everything from the 1 through 5 today. He banged down low with Jokic today with no problems. And you know, we gotta remember LeBron about to be 40 years old, and this man playing like this at this level. I've never seen nothing like it. Him at 40 years old. And you know, he got hairs in the paint. Yeah. And you know, he got physical down in the paint with Joker. He played some great defense on Joker at times. I also thought with the United States basketball today too was the boxing out was kind of bad. They were getting offensive rebounds underneath, backdooring them and stuff. But they turned it up when they had to and got key stops when they had to. And you know, Joker played very well today, all around game. Bogdanovich, as we said, he was just unconscious. They were actually at one point, I think in the fourth quarter or the third quarter, I forget which one it was. They were actually shooting 50% from the 3-point line. They were actually 15 for 30.
They were up 17.
Yeah.
They were
yes, they were. Yes, they were. But you know, shout outs to the USA basketball, man. And they got the game with France on Saturday. France is going to be an easier matchup with them because their guard play isn't as strong as Serbia's. I expect the United States to beat France by a pretty decent margin. It's going to be a comfortable win. And as great as Wemby is and as good as he is and stuff, he can't deal with Joel Embiid down in the post, man. Yeah. Joel's too big for him. Until he bulks up a little bit more, Joel's too big for him. Wemby going to do his thing, but Joel going to do his thing too. Coach Tate, how do you see this France-USA game on Saturday at 3:30?
I picked the U.S. by about 15. I don't think it's going to be a close game. I just don't. You know, like you said, the matchups favor the U.S. You know, Wemby, like you said, he's going to do his thing, but he's not going to be the force that he would be in against some of those other teams. I just think U.S. by 15. You know,
I agree, definitely. JJ, what do you see?
Yo, France is punch drunk. Germany jumped out on them, and France had to come back. France is punch drunk. Like USA gonna blow them boys out.
Yeah.
Yeah, France is in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If USA if they put the shooters on the court, they're gonna beat them by 20.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I say at least about 15.
Yeah.
Will,
I can go with that. Yeah. 15, 20. I can go with either one of them.
either one of them. It's going to be a comfortable win. Either one of them. Either one of them is going to be a comfortable win. Will, what do you think about the game on Saturday versus France? How do you see it breaking down?
Oh, I think Team USA definitely about to win by a 24-piece spicy nugget easily.
Oh boy.
I think JP frozen again. Oh, there we go. Now, one thing I want to get you guys' opinions on talking about Olympic basketball. Like Coach Norm said, we were willed to victory by the elder statesman, man. Like, as of right now, Team USA not looking too great, come the next Olympics against the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I have to interject on that. After USA, folks always step up.
Yeah.
So Anthony Edwards, give him 4 years. Wow. Halliburton, give him 4 years. Wow.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday will be around to play strong defense.
Mm-hmm.
What's the other guy from the Celtics that took Kawhi's place?
Derek White.
Yeah, Derek White in 4 years. Derek White in 4 years gonna be first team all defense.
Mm.
So
then you got the young boy. You got Morant. I think they'll be all right.
And we got some college kids that's gonna be a pro in 2 or 3 years. They're gonna step up. We're gonna be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like the boy from UConn, he's gonna be all pro NBA center. Watch.
Oh, Klingon.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It got to be somebody else because White's 30 and Drew's 34, so I don't think they're gonna be playing. But we definitely gonna have some other names for sure. Cooper Flag, JP's boy.
Yeah.
Cooper Flag.
They're gonna step up. They're gonna do the thing.
Banchero is definitely gonna be on this team.
Yep.
Yeah, but
they're gonna be all right.
If you look at LeBron and Steph and Kevin, you looking at 39, 36, and what 35. 30 is young, man. 30 is young. They'll be in their prime. But for that in 28, James White and them guys, they'll be 30 years old. They'll be just right.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget neither Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey will definitely be on this team in 2028. Maxey going to be there. And I'm gonna tell you something. Zion Williamson, get yourself together, bro, because he definitely should be on this team. He would make a big difference. John Morant will make a big difference on this team.
Yeah.
So they're going to be tough. But I will say this, and me and Will, we've talked about this plenty of time. The French are coming. Understand that. The French are on their way. Wemby will probably be the best player in the league by 2028. They got this boy, Noah Torrey. He's 18 years old. He might be the number 1 pick in the draft next year. He's going to be their point guard that they need. You got these other players. What's his name? Sar. He should be better by then. What's the kid that went number 1? Will, what's his name? The number 1 pick.
Reese Arche or whatever his name is.
They're going to be on that team. The kid that plays for the Wizards that went to they took with the 7
Bilal Coulibaly, yeah.
He might be a star by then. So we can't sleep on him. Canada's not going anywhere with your boys Shea Gilgeous-Alexander and all of them. So it's going to be a dog fight in 2028. And it's too early to call. We'll see who's playing. Will Joel Embiid be on this team? He's 30? He'll be 34 by then. We'll see if he wants to be on this team and be the elder statesman. So hey, and it's home in LA. USA is going to be a contender, but will they be the favorites 4 years from now? We shall see. We definitely shall see, man. So that's not until down the road, man. We got nothing to worry about. We got 4 years to worry about this. So 4 years of this. So JJ, how do you see it, man? By 2028.
If USA loads it up right, nobody's beating them. But Zion, that's the one. If Zion plays, him and Anthony Edwards with the athleticism, wow.
Hey, look here. LeBron might be the player coach.
You never, you're right. He might be.
Hey, you got to watch it. If LeBron is the coach, that means Bronny gonna be on the roster.
Hey, Ronnie might be Drew Holiday by then. You never know. You just never know.
You right about Zion, but he got to get out of New Orleans, man. Leave them beignets alone.
Yeah,
man.
Man, Zion. He's just. I've never seen a player that size with the athletic ability and the things he could do on the court. I've never seen anything like that in my life. He should really be right now. If he cleans up some of his stuff right now, he might. I mean, health wise, he might be the most athletic player we've seen in the league right now. I never seen a player at that size, man. With moves the way he does, the leaping ability that he has is just crazy. And he should. I mean, he's a superstar, but he should be top 3 or 4 player in this league, man. If he stays focused. So like I said, 2028 ain't that far away. We got to protect our house, as the saying says. We got to protect our house, definitely. But basketball. It was a great day. We're in the gold medal game, but now let's get into the meat and potatoes. Were you not entertained today? Were you not entertained this week? And if you say you weren't, you're lying to yourself. If you say you weren't entertained this week, you are lying to yourself, because we had some heart palpation races this week, this past week. I know my heart was racing in some of these races. I know that. But let's start off, of course, first with the men's 100 meters. Woo, man. Oh man, that might have been the best. That's definitely one of the best, maybe the best race I ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Well, it's the best. It's the best 100 I've ever seen in the Olympics.
Yes, definitely.
Best 100 meters I've ever seen in the Olympics.
Coach Tate, we got to start off with you first. Give us your thoughts on what we saw on 100 meters on Sunday.
Well, Noah sort of, upset my prediction, because I had picked Thompson to win and Noah to be second or third. And he upset the apple cart, because you got to take your hat off to him. He got some heart, man, and he just he didn't give up. He was out of it, and he just didn't give up. So he turned my little prediction around. Take my hat off to him, and like I say, Noah and his family, we go way back, all the way back to Kevin and Keisha, at Seton Hall, and when my son was there and stuff. So I've been knowing Kevin and Keisha for years, and I had Josephus on the World Junior team in 2012 in Oregon, in the 400. Yeah, so and I had him in 2017 in Peru on the Pan American Junior team. So I've been knowing them guys since they were kids and stuff. So take my hat off to him. He did a bang up job. So, but competitive wise, that was probably the best 100 ever. You had the kid. You take for instance the kid that finished last, Oblique Seville. ran 991 and was, eighth. Carl won in 92, in 91, or in 92. Carl won with 991. And show you how far these guys have come as as far as the time dropping in the hundred. You have a Carl Lewis that won, in 92 with 991, and you have a kid, that ran 991 this time and was last. So that was a hot 100. That was a real hot 100.
It had everything that you wanted to have with it. It was thrilling.
Mm-hmm.
It was stressful. It was a lot of things during that race. And I was I didn't know if Noah could do it or not, because when I saw him when they were coming out, he had like a worried look on his face.
Yeah.
But then when he came out,
He
he started
definitely
jumping
did. He
around.
definitely did. And
Yeah. But
I
then when he
didn't.
came, oh, go ahead, Coach Tate.
Yeah, I thought Thompson had won it until they made the announcement.
Me too.
I
Me
thought
too.
Thompson, the angle that from the TV, it looked like Noah was coming, but it looked like Thompson, torso, crossed the line first, and Noah was second. But when they announced it, you had to go with the tape. And then when I saw the photo finish picture, then you could see that Noah actually leaned slightly, and Thompson, he dropped his head down, but he didn't drop his torso. If you look at the picture, you see Noah had the slight forward lean. Thompson was straight up, and his head was down, but he didn't lean with it, and so he just dropped his head down, and his torso was still upright. And that's how Noah beat him. Otherwise, he would have, because his foot was across the line first, but he was just straight up when they crossed the photo timer beam. He was straight up. His foot was in front of Noah's. If you look at the feet, you would think Thompson was in front, but if you look at the torso, Thompson was slightly behind. Well, thousandths of a second, difference. But you could see the lines from the photo timer. You could see that Noah's torso, the first line went through Noah's torso, and there was a gap between that line and Thompson's torso. Yeah.
And Coach Tate, we got to give credit where credit's due too. Fred wasn't playing with him.
Oh,
Fred
no,
wasn't playing. We said he's a wild card. Fred was not playing.
In fact, if it had been another 5 meters, Fred might have been the winner.
Fred might have been the winner.
He was coming. I mean, if you look at Thompson and you look at Fred, man, you're looking at two freight trains, man.
Yes, they were.
Both of them is two big boys. And Fred was coming. And so, yeah, he was coming.
Fred was on his way.
Yeah.
Will, what did you think about the race, the 100-meter race on Saturday? On Sunday. I'm talking about the women. We'll go to that next. But what did you think about the race that you saw on Sunday when Noah Lyles edged out Kashane Thompson for the gold medal?
Man, it was really something to watch, man. Like something to behold. Because I feel like we all thought, Keshane won. Even like looking at it, when Keshane and Noah were looking at the monitor, it looked like Noah even thought that he got second, and then went to the photo finish, and then Noah realized, and then he started talking his talk and everything. But man, it was amazing, just to see that, like, and I feel like we'll talk about it more, but like to see like that a lot of the races, weren't solely determined by speed. Like when you watch like some of the older Olympic races, like with Usain Bolt, he's just so much faster than everyone, But I feel like you saw a lot of the athletes truly like willing themselves to win, in a lot of these events. And I thought that was like really cool to see, that aspect of it. Because of course, they're all in the top 1%, of their craft. But, seeing what really separates you, some people, in basketball call it like that Mamba type of mentality and approach, man, it was just awesome.
Man, look at Will, man, with his knowledge, man. I was very impressed right there, bro. You learning, Will. You learning.
Hey, y'all let me keep talking to Coach Tate, man. Listen, I'm gonna be a track coach by next year.
Will learning, man. Will can hold his own. Look at this, like JJ.
Okay, my story and Coach Tate story is intertwined in between. It is pretty much the same thing because Seton Hall. I was at Seton Hall from September 1991 to May 1992. I walked on the track team. Mm-hmm. I was in North Bowling Hall before the fire.
Yeah, okay.
I was at North Bowling Hall before the fire, so I'm on the third floor of North Bowling. Down the hall was Kevin Lyles and Brian Spanier. They were roommates. Down the hall from me. Right below me, 2 floors below me on the first floor was Keisha Kane from Washington, D.C.
Right.
So I'm on the track team with them, and I remember when they got together. So I picked Shane to win, but when Noah crossed the finish line, I started flashing back to Bowling Hall. I started flashing back to Xavier Hall, third floor, where Patrick stayed at. Patrick, Jerry Walker, Brian Caver, and Gordon Winchester. They were sweet mates. So I started flashing back there. I started flashing back to Luther Wright. He was on the first floor of Xavier Hall. I started flashbacks of everything. I was like, man, I'm like, my life was like in full circle. I'm like, remember when these kids' parents got together, and I'm like, this dude is the world's fastest man. I'm like, this is crazy.
That's right. Right.
I had some crazy flashbacks. I was texting Kevin every day, and we was going back and forth with the text like all day long. And even today, I was like, no, all right. He's like, he'd be cool. He'd be fine. Like, I'll give you updates like, thanks, Kev. But I've been texting him all week.
Right. Yeah.
But life is in full circle right now. I'm like, man, because when I got to Seton Hall, me and Kevin, we kicked it immediately because we're Jersey kids. Then, my best friend's Lamont Smith, so they had that robbery in the 400 in 90-91. So, and I brought Kevin home Christmas 91 that year. Brought him to Willenboro, hung out, and that was very interesting, very interesting setting. That's when Kevin walked to Lamont's house, and Kevin saw the picture of Lamont crossing the finish line, meet a champ like this, and Kevin was like, "Oh!" So that's a whole nother story. But watching Noah cross the finish line, life hit full circle. And I'm gonna let JP tell this story. I told JP about Noah and Josephus when they were in 8th grade.
In their 8th grade, JJ told me, he's like, watch these Lyles brothers. He said they're running 21 points in 8th grade. He said they're going to TC Williams. He said, watch them. I said, okay, well, let's see what these Lyles brothers got. Hey, let me tell you something, man. When I saw them boys at Penn, I told my pop about them. When we saw them, and because Noah really took off their 10th grade year. That's when they really took off. And when and people don't understand this, Noah could have been a great quarter miler too, because I saw him his sophomore year when he split that 46.3, and his brother split like a 47.1 or something. It was something like that. And I'm like, I'm like, these Jamaican high schools are in trouble.
Yeah,
because these boys will be serious.
Yeah, in high school, in the short sprints, Josephus was better than Noah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Josephus was faster than Noah in the 100 and 200. Noah, in fact, Noah was a better 400 runner than Josephus.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, they were in the Championship of America. I remember their sophomore year.
10, that's right.
And I remember that anchor leg that Noah ran, because when he got the baton, I'm going to say they were out of 8 teams, they might have been in 7th place. And I think they were in last place, and he ran everybody down to 5th place. It was like, what in the hell did he run on that split? That's what it was like. And they said 46.3. It was like, geez, he's only 16 years old running this. It's like, man. But but that race had everything that you wanted, everything that you wanted. But know what I mean? Had that worried look on his face. But then when he came out of that tunnel and he started jumping up and down as only Noah could do and stuff, I said, oh, okay. he's ready to put on a show or something like that. There, I say he's ready to do something here. He's ready to do something. And man, congratulations to Noah Lyles, the fastest man in the world, and you're Olympic champion. And you're Olympic champion. A lot of people waiting for him to lose, but that day he shut a lot of people up. That day, man, you know, with his performance. Now let's go to the women's 100 meet. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to say one final thing real quick. Like, you have to understand the gene pool where Kevin was a quarter miler. He could run the deuce a little bit. He could run 500 to 600. Keisha could run anything.
Yeah, Keisha could run anything.
Oh, man. Keisha was vicious. 200, 400, 800. She feared nobody. She could run anything.
That's right.
So Noah is pretty much the combination of mom and dad. He's the perfect combination of Kevin and Keisha. The perfect combination.
Yeah,
where John Moon put Keisha at? Keisha went after you like a pit bull. Like, she was, woo.
Yes.
She was tough.
Yeah, but that's great analogy.
Yes, sir.
Let's move on now to the women's 100 meters, where Coach Tate called an upset, but everybody else would say it was a major upset, as we saw Julian Alfred win the 100 meters over Sha'Carri Richardson. Yeah. So Coach Tate, we're going with you first on this, of course.
Well, I called it, you know, for Julian, just based on what I'd seen her do, you know, in the past, and the fact that her start was so much better than Sha'Carri's, and she was so strong that I just figured if she got out, that Sha'Carri wouldn't catch her, and that's just the way it turned out. She was. In fact, she actually surprised me that she didn't do as well in the 200 as I thought she was going to do, because she's strong. She's really a strong runner. She's a power sprinter, and when she got out in the semifinals, and that just solidified the fact that I thought she was going to win it. She was just too much for Sha'Carri. You know, maybe, you know, in the future Sha'Carri get a little stronger and her start gets a little better. She might could handle Julian, but that's going to be a race between. That's going to be a good situation, rivalry between those two for maybe even through to 28. They're both young. In fact, Julian is she's slightly younger than Sha'Carri, I think, or they may have would have come out at the same time though, because Sha'Carri left LSU 2 years early, so they probably would have, because Sha'Carri won the NC2As and then she came out. Jillian won 2 years ago. She was NCAA 100 and 200 champion at Texas. But she's she's bigger, stronger, and she's fast. She's quick, but the advantage she has over Sha'Carri right now is her start and her strength. You know, so it wasn't an upset to me when I saw it. I was just surprised it was so. I thought it was going to be a little closer than it turned out to be, and she literally just ran away with that race in the 100. Yeah,
indeed, yes, indeed. And you know what? I have to go on before we get to Will and JJ. I have to go on a little rant here, real quick. I have to go on a little rant. You casual track fans make me sick. I'm going to be honest with you. You casual track fans, all you do is come around every 4 years. You all make me sick because you're here calling Sha'Carri a loser and stuff. How in the hell is she a loser when out of 8 billion people on the planet, she finished? She got a silver medal. And some of you out there kidding for a night pool.
Listen.
Go ahead, Coach Tate.
I wish that I was like in you guys' presence. I would show you a picture. I would never look at Sha'Carri as a loser. Let me tell you this. I was the coach of the Pan American under-20 team in 2017 in Peru. I had Sha'Carri, I had Messiah Russell. I had Tyra Davis, who won the gold today, and I had, check this, and I had Quincy Hall, who won the 400 hurdles for me in Peru. Okay, I had those four, and from those four, you're probably looking at, well, already 2 goals. Sha'Carri's gonna get a gold in the 4x1, and she got the silver. And Masai, I didn't pick Masai to win, although she has a good chance to win the 100 hurdles. I didn't pick her to win. I'm going old school with the hurdles. We'll talk about the hurdles in a few minutes, but so I'm proud of Sha'Carri, because I've seen her go through some changes, stages in her life,
Oh man.
and she's really grown up. When I first met her in 2017, she was an introvert, didn't even talk. Okay, she went to she had just come out of high school. That's that June. She had just finished high school, and she was going to LSU, but she made the junior team. She didn't talk, introvert. Went to LSU, her second year at LSU. She's NCAA. All of a sudden, she got the big mouth and stuff. Then she got with Dennis and Dennis. People ask me about Sha'Carri. She's an offshoot of a Dennis Mitchell when Dennis was competing. Dennis talked junk, and he's coaching her. I think he put that in her head that that's the way she had to be competitive. But now she's grown up. She understands who she is and what kind of woman that she can be, and what kind of example she can be for these other young black girls that admire her. So I'm proud of her. So I never look at her as a loser. She won the silver. You win a silver medal in the Olympics, you still a winner. And she got a silver medal, and she's gonna get a gold medal because they're gonna win that relay. But I'm just proud of the 4 of them, because I had all 4 of them when they were young. Quincy didn't have a grill in his mouth in 2017. Masai was still in high school. Masai was a senior at Bullis. In fact, she went to Bullis, where Quincy Wilson went. And Tara, was a good long jumper then, but they were all just coming out of high school, and they all won gold down there. I mean, that team we won. I had 18 gold first places and we had 55 medals total, 18 of them gold. But those four contributed to that team. They all came out with a gold medal on that team. So whenever they do anything in any meet, my hat, goes off to them, because I feel like I had a part in their maturation and stuff, because I had them when they were young, and they've turned out to be, real competitors, and they're gonna be around for a while. All 4 of them are gonna be around for a while.
Yeah, Coach Tate. Now, I wasn't talking about you. I'm talking these people making fun of Sha'Carri online. Oh, she's a loser. Oh, those are the ones I'm talking about, Coach Tate. And you know what I'm saying? I know you know track and stuff. I know that, not you. But I'm saying, what is wrong with getting a silver medal? What is wrong with being a bronze medal? Hell, being an Olympian is special. 8 billion people.
Listen, being an Olympian is hard enough.
Right.
Okay. Hey, winning the medal is a bonus. Okay.
That's right.
Because you look at everybody that's in that meet now, these past 11 days, look how many are going back home without a medal. But they were Olympians. They made it that far. And, Dr. Walker told me once, I went to two Olympic trials, 64 and 68. 64, I took last in the competition. I finished 8th in the long jump in 64 at the trials. I didn't even want to go back to school. Okay, I went home first. Doc called me at home. What are you doing home? You're supposed to be here, registering for school. Coach, I don't even feel like I want to run anymore. And he said, I said, I finished last. You know what he told me?
What's that?
You didn't finish last, Norm. He said you was 8th best in the country.
That's right.
And that's from that point on, I never took losing as a negative because I always reversed it and made it a positive. And that's what these kids do. The ones that make it to the top, nobody's gonna win them all. Bolt lost races, but he was still the best. And in his mind, he always thought he was the best. Noah thinks that way. Sha'Carri thinks that way. Tara Davis, Quincy. We talk about the 400. That's got to be the greatest 400 finish I've ever seen.
We're going to get into that.
Yeah,
we're going to get into that definitely.
But Sha'Carri is definitely a winner. And so she didn't win the gold, but she won the silver.
And what's her name? Melissa Jefferson as well. She got the bronze. Look, man, them young ladies did their thing. And them haters out there talking about, oh, she got the silver medal. She's a loser. She didn't win. You can't even run. Yeah, you can't even run light pole to light pole, sit up here criticizing these young women and what they're doing.
Right.
Stop it.
That's right.
Just stop it. Will, go ahead, Will. Go ahead. And what did you think about the race?
Man, it was crazy. I was like watching, and I'm like, this name is familiar. I'm like, oh, that's who Coach Norm was talking about. And once they got the green light to go ahead, man, all you could see was the smoke following her, man. Like Alfred was floating out there, man.
Yeah.
It was very impressive to watch, man. And I would say, like, as far as the discourse around Sha'Carri, man, like it's amazing to medal at all. And your first Olympic Games, like getting silver, that's no light feat, man. So like you said, JP, they're casuals, man. It's easy to talk shit from your couch.
Mm-hmm.
It's very easy to do that. JJ, what did you think about the race?
Okay, I'd like to give a shout out to Edric Florio and LaVonna Martin Florio and the University of Texas Austin camp. I'd like to give them, props, like to say congratulations, because that camp, you got Julian Alfred, you got Dina Asher Smith, you got the Irish girl that running the 400, Rashidi died.
Adeleke.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, they burned that track up down there. They burned that track up.
Mm-hmm.
Then Buford, she coaching down there too. So University of Texas Austin, big ups to that crew, because all them ladies are ready. All them ladies made the Olympic finals. All the ladies ready. Julian, she went over the top, building on the success that she had 2 years ago at NCAAs when she won the 60 and 200 indoors, when she won the 100 and 200 outdoors, when she was running 10-7 and 21-7, 21-8 outdoors 2 years ago. She had the foundation to be successful. She had the foundation to win it. She just had to, come this year and be healthy. So shout out to all them University. Shout out to all them Austin. Also, she got silver in the 200. So, great job. The Florios, great job.
Mm-hmm.
And Sha'Carri watched the Texas Relays 2017.
Yeah.
We was in the beer tent. Now the beer tent's a beer truck. Now that's another story. But we was in the beer tent with her grandfather. He said, see my little granddaughter, and she was at Carter High School in Dallas. And
that's right.
She played the small school 100. I was like, oh, and she went 11-2. I was like, ooh.
Mm-hmm.
Like race wasn't even close.
Yeah, and that summer you talking about, then that's when she was on the junior team in Peru. Yeah. And stuff, yeah. But
yes, sir. Their freshman year was 2019 at LSU, and at the Texas Relays again. And they got the stick second, and she was the ankle leg. She was back 5 meters, and she tore that girl up on the ankle leg. I said, oh, man. The NCAA, she goes 10.75 and 22.0. I'm like, she going pro. After 2019, I was like, there's no way she's going back to college.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And look, Sha'Carri will be back. Like Coach Tate said, she'll be 28 years old in LA. And it'll be in LA in the United States. If you don't think Sha'Carri coming back with vengeance, I don't know what you smoking or whatever.
That's right.
But Julian Alford, she's gonna be tough too.
Yeah.
But this is something that Sha'Carri can learn from as well. You know what I mean? She's gonna go back to the drawing board, and she's gonna be here for years to come, man. You know, she got at least another good 7-8 years left in her at a very good peak performance.
Right.
So I expect nothing but great things from Sha'Carri. Even if she doesn't get a gold medal, hey, she's still one of the best. Period.
Right.
And of course, salute to Julian Alford, man. She ran a hell of a race, and she you got to feel good for her, especially coming from St. Lucia country, got their first medal ever. It was a feel good story, man, and I was happy for her as well when she won. I wanted Sha'Carri to win, of course, but I was happy for Julian Alford, man. And she proved her worth. And shout out, like I said, to Melissa Jefferson and Sha'Carri. They did their thing as well. It was a great race.
Yeah.
Let's move on now to the women's 200 meters.
Oh, hey,
Coach Tate, take it away.
Gabby Douglas. Gabby Thomas. Well, let's put it this way. First of all, the road was made easy for her. I would have loved to have seen Sharika Jackson in it. Because it would have been a more of a competitive race after she pulled up 2 weeks before the games, and when she pulled out of the 100, when they announced that she wasn't running 100, I told my buddy, I said, I don't think she's gonna run 200 either. And the day of the 200, they made the announcement that she wasn't running. So that made the road a lot easier for Gabby. I thought that Julian Alford would have been more competitive, but she let Gabby get her in the first hundreds. I don't know if it was because she was still on a high from winning the 100, or the fact that Gabby was one lane behind her and was pulling off her. She just didn't get out and run the first 100. And when Gabby was, running past her coming out of the curve, I knew it was over at that point. I don't think there's too many people out there that's going to run Gabby down if she's out in front of you. She's a tough girl because she runs the 400 occasionally, and she's run 49 low. She's just strong, and in fact, I would have been highly disappointed if she didn't win and stuff. I had her all the way. And I was glad to see. I was hoping the other girl was gonna medal. I was glad to see the one girl that did medal. But I was hoping the college girl was gonna medal because the one whose mom had
Mackenzie
Long. Yeah, I had my fingers. I was really rooting for her. She made the final, but it was tough race for her. She had a long college season too. But she gave 100%. She gave 100%. She just didn't come out with a medal. But overall, Gabby did her thing, man. And I one of the things I'm looking at from Gabby, Sydney. I don't think USA Track and Field does enough to showcase the talent that we have. I'm talking about the black girls, beautiful black girls that we have that are stars, and they're looking for Abby Steiner to step to the plate and stuff. It's always like in the back of their minds, it's always the great white hope and stuff. but you got two beautiful girls. I mean that stars. They would be stars off the track, and that's Gabby and Sydney and USA track and field. They just don't do enough to market, what they have. They always looking for something else and stuff, and they always looking in the opposite direction of what they already have that's right there in front of them and stuff. Because they're
Coach Tate,
talented, they're
Coach Tate,
smart.
hold that thought, Coach Tate, because we're going to get into that. We're going to get into USATF at the end of the show. That'll be our last topic about track and field in general. We want to get into that. We want to get into that.
Great.
Definitely. But yeah, I definitely hear you. And plus, Gabby, she's an epidemiologist, and she's very smart. Graduated. Where did she graduate from? Harvard. Graduated from Harvard. She's a Harvard graduate.
Graduated from Harvard. She's working on what? She got a master's working on the doctorate down there in Texas.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah. The girl is heavy duty.
Yeah. Does a lot of work in the community. They say down in Texas and stuff with the poor communities and stuff. She you know what I mean? She's really awesome on and off the track. She's a really awesome person. She really is. Will, what did you think about the women's 200 meters the other day?
After watching the way Alfred, nominated the 100, I thought she was going to be ready, to take it. I didn't really know anything about Gabby. To Coach Norm's point about the way they don't market all of the, track and field athletes the way that they could and should. But after seeing her run, she's definitely she's the truth, man. As they say, she's like that. And I look forward to following her as well as Alfred, Shikari, and some of the other stars as well.
Definitely. JJ,
March 29th, 2024. I'm in Texas. I'm at the relay. If you haven't figured it out yet, Texas relays, I try to go every year, and I love that meet. So March 29th, 2024, I'm watching the women's 100. And she ran 10:88 with a 2.1 wind.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
right.
said, if she stays healthy, I like people are in trouble in that 200. Then 2 weeks after that, she was 49.5. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, Gabby don't have to run no more into the trials. I'm like, if she stay healthy, like, she's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
You run 10:88 and 49.5 before May 1st, you flying.
Yeah.
Now, I'm kind of sad that Shrika pulled out. I'm sad that we couldn't see it get pushed to the limits. But the one thing we can say, whoever they threw in front of her this year, she took them out.
That's right.
U.S. Trial Olympic Games.
She took all of them out but one person.
Yes. And next year
she took everybody out but one person.
And next year they shall meet next year.
Yeah.
And 2134 is in jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
I thought it was when Gabby came off that curve and had that lead, I knew it was over. I saw the gap. I'm like, oh man, it's over. Mm-hmm. She ran a hell of a race, man. She really did. And that's one thing when Gabby comes off the curve, she got to leave. You're not going to catch up because that's when she goes into overdrive. It has that strength that 400 meter strength pays off in that 200 meters, especially that last 50, 60 meters. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, it's over. I'm like, it's over. And I'm so happy for Gabby to win the gold medal because she deserves it, man. She's been in Sharika Jackson's shadow, and she finally got that gold medal. So shout outs to Gabby, man. And she did her thing. Now let's move on to what Coach Tate talked about, the 400 meters.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about what Coach Tate says, as he calls himself, that junkyard dog, that dog.
That's right, the dog.
The dog.
The dog. The dog.
Quincy Man, I forget it. I'm about to say Quincy. Well,
Hall.
Quincy Hall. Quincy Hall.
That's right. Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, man. I was watching that. I was watching that race at work, and people looked at me like I was crazy. Like I was like, yo, I was like, because when he came off that turn, I'm like, oh man,
right.
might be in trouble. And all of a sudden, that last 100 meters or so, it was like somebody shot him out of a cannon or something. And I was like, look at this.
Yeah.
One of the great race, maybe the greatest 400-meter race we ever seen.
Yeah.
Coach Tate, of course, we got to start with you.
Okay.
Tell us what we saw in that race.
Well, you saw a person that don't know what the word quit means. That's what you see. He called Quincy calls himself a dog. Like I said, Quincy and I go back to 2017. He was on that team, and he was running 400 hurdles then. And just like you see Quincy run the 400, that's the way he was running the 400 hurdles. Throw technique out the window. Okay, he just ran, and we were down there for a week. And 2 of those days I worked with him, personally, just working on teaching him how to hurdle with the opposite leg, so that he wouldn't have to switch, wouldn't have to worry about holding a pattern to stay on the same leg the whole race, just so he would feel comfortable switching, hurdling off the right leg or the left leg. But it was a work in progress. I didn't know if it was going to work or not. As it turned out, he ran 49.2 down there in Peru. And this was in 2017. He was young, and he won. He won the race. But he went to University of South Carolina, and he ran 400 hurdles down there for Fry, and he ran pretty good. But last year he decided that he was going to leave the hurdles alone and just focus on running the flat. And it's probably the best decision he's ever made. I sent him a note on Twitter yesterday. I told him, I said, hey, if you don't want to, never think about running the 400 hurdles again. but what you seen was the strength of a person's mind. And they don't know what the word quit means, because at 300 meters, he was in 5th place. And I was sitting right here where I'm sitting now, and my grandson was sitting on the sofa on the other opposite me, and I told him about Quincy, and the 2 of us was cheering for Quincy like we was in the stadium. And I was saying, Quincy, come on, Quincy, let's go, man. Let's, and I actually thought that he was out of it.
Yeah.
And where he got that spurt from, that last 100, I don't know. Only he knows. I said 2 people know where it came from. That's him and God. Because that's the only thing I say about that race, is that last 100, only him and God knows where it came from and stuff. Because I've seen 400 runners from Lee Evans to Tommy Smith to Wayne Collette, to you name the Vinnie Matthews, you name the great 400 runners, Quincy Watts, Michael Johnson. I've never seen anybody run 100 the way he ran. I mean, run a 400 the way he ran that race.
Yeah.
None of them have ever been that far behind that they would have to run the last 100 the way he did.
Coach Tate, another name I got to throw in there too, because my dad always talked about this for years. You got to throw Larry James in there too from
That's
Illinois.
right. You got to throw. Hey, you know what Larry James' nickname was, right?
The Mighty
The
Burner.
Mighty
Mighty Burner.
Burner. That's right.
Yes,
The
sir.
Mighty Burner. And Larry, Larry, you definitely have to throw him in there. But I've seen the great quarter milers, man, from from all the way back from the mid 50s all the way to now. I just never seen anybody with the grit and determination that this kid exhibits when he runs. And it wasn't just this one race. Other races that he's run where he wasn't that far behind. But you look at the way he finishes. People talk about his form. They talk about everything. But he wins. And he leaves it all out on the track.
Yes, he does.
He leaves it all out on the track. And I don't know how long or how long he'll retain that stature of being the best around. But I tell you what, whatever race he's in, don't count him out.
Nah.
Never count a Quincy Hall out, because he, like he said he's a dog. He said, I'm a dog. And he said a dog don't stop running until he catches you. That's what he said. He had it on his Instagram account yesterday. He said a dog don't stop running until he catches you. And that's him. That is him. And stuff, man. Like I said, I had the pleasure of knowing him since he was like 18 years old. And he's a great kid, loves to go fishing.
That's what you said.
If you can go on Instagram, pull up his Instagram account, he's standing there holding a fish in each hand that he done caught. And out in the lake some damn where. He's a really nice kid. I heard people, like people talk about Sakari and criticize her and stuff about her mannerisms or the fact she didn't win a race. I had a whole lot of people been criticizing Quincy because he doesn't interview well. Hey, Quincy is Quincy, and I love the kid to death, man. And I understand that when he won the USATF championships, they didn't want, this is the powers to be. Okay, and again, you talk about USATF, they didn't want Lewis Johnson and NBC to interview Quincy after he won the trials because of the way he interviews and stuff, But that just shows you where these people's heads are, and it's a shame and stuff. But I'm glad that the kid gets up there, he speaks his mind. The interview he did yesterday after he won that race, man, is he told me, hey, listen, I'm a dog, man, and stuff, and grill and all. Somebody said something about asking was the grill silver. He said no, it was just the way the lights in the stadium was shining on it and stuff. But he's a super nice kid, man. And like I said, I'm proud of him, man.
Hey, Coach Tate, it was because I saw that when he ran in the semis, he ran at 43.9. They wanted to talk to him after it was over. He was like, he raised his finger up. No, I'm not. And you know what? That's the way you should be. He doesn't want to talk. I'll talk after I win the championship.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm all about talking. But until then, I'm about my business. I stand on business, and this is what it's going to be.
But the fact that they didn't even want Lewis Johnson to interview him, after some of the meets he ran in, because of the way he interviewed. I'm like, hey, man, that's him, okay? And he's representing the country just like everybody else is, man.
That's right. Well,
I mean, it was great, man. I would say if I had to show somebody footage of what it means to be a competitor, I would show them that race.
Mm-hmm.
That was all, just guts, man. Like Coach Norm said, I don't know where, he got that last, spurt of energy from, man, but it was amazing to watch him, just give it his all and get that victory, man. Because you see it with a lot of people, like, there's no way I can win it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna just settle for where I'm at, but he was not satisfied, and he kept going, and it was a great example. And to the point about the way he interviews, the way he speaks, the grill, the chains with all of our athletes. I love seeing our athletes represent themselves in their true form, because at the end of the day, they may not want us to speak a certain way, look a certain way, but they need our talent, they need our culture, they need our ability. So you got to take what comes with that. You know what I mean? Yeah. If he wants to get up there after winning a gold medal and say he's a dog, let him say it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it is what it is. He earned it, and at the end of the day, shit, you want to race like that, you the biggest dog on the yard. You know what I mean?
That's right. That's right. But
who he reminds me of a lot? He reminds me of Russell Westbrook a lot. In some ways, he got that Russell Westbrook like swag with him. He's like, it's just the way. That's what he reminds me of. JJ, what did you think about the race, man? Because we were texting about it, when we were watching it yesterday.
Hey, 5 men were under 44 seconds. Once again, 5 men were under 44 seconds.
Right.
Fifth place is one of the greatest quarter milers who ever lived. He has a gold, silver, and bronze in his past. He went 45th, no medal. That's incredible. Right. Fourth place was the kid from Trinidad and Tobago. He was a 200-meter runner until this year. He goes 43.7, does not medal, has a national record, which is incredible. Beautiful. Third place, 43.74, national record in Zambia, gets a bronze.
Yeah, it's the first Second time place, somebody from their country.
Medal. Yeah, medal. Mm-hmm. Then second place, British record, European record, gets called the Tate. Mm-hmm. And I saw his podcast with Justin Gatlin. He has a very interesting podcast how he got his first contract. He'd been on him for 10 years, but Matthew Hudson Smith ran a perfect race, but somebody wanted that race more. Somebody wanted that. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then Quincy's last 100 reminded me of Coach Ruck's 3+1s back in the day, where run a 300, take 30 seconds rest. Mm-hmm. Then last 100, you have to come through like at 15 seconds. Then if you was Lamont, you had to come through at 13 seconds. But man, it looked like Quincy Hall executed Coach Ruck's 3+1 workout to perfection. And he ran the last 100 like an 11.8, which is incredible.
Yeah, 11. That's right, 11 something, man. But
11.8.
It was unbelievable.
I like to do a public prayer for Michael Norman, because it was brutal. So public prayer for Michael Norman, because man, whew.
Well, I don't know. Some people, some people are built for fame, and some aren't. And I mean, this is second chance. This second time. He went to Tokyo and did the same thing, man. Bombed out. And I knew from the semifinals that he was in trouble. And even though Lewis Johnson asked him, about his race strategy, blah, 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 and he said, oh, well, I know I didn't get out fast enough, but he said, but I'm going to be fine, tomorrow, in the final. I knew then that he was in trouble and stuff. No way that Michael Norman is supposed to be dead last in a 400.
Not with that talent.
I mean, the kid ran 43 something in college, and he ran 44 low this year already. He ran
44.10 in the opening round.
Yeah.
he gonna drop a bomb. That's what I was like. He gonna drop something serious. He's coming.
Some people aren't built for the big stage, man. Some people just aren't ready for the big stage, and this is twice that this happened to him. In
Coach,
21, and now here,
I thought
Coach Tate, I don't get it because his camp is incredible. Quincy Washington coach, Ryan Benjamin, Kendall Ellis, Anik Knockel, Desmond Jones.
I mean, they got all kinds of people in their camp, man. And you would think that the mentality to go out there and do your best to on the big stage, it would rub off, because everybody around him is been on the big stage. I mean, including the coach. Okay, I was in Stuttgart in '92 when Quincy did his thing, man. So he's surrounded by talented people that have that mindset to want to be the best, and I just don't know. It's hard to figure out. That just some people just aren't ready for the big stage, man. And
it's like you said, Coach Tate. I've been following Michael Norman since high school. He was a great high school runner. I saw him at USC break the world indoor record, 44.52.
Yeah.
Saw him run 43.6 and when he was 20 years old. Saw him drop a 43.04 on a relay leg. And I said back then, this guy has a chance to be the greatest quarter miler. And if you look at the attributes that he has, he should be the greatest quarter miler ever.
He's run sub 10 in 100, and sub 20 in a 2.
Yeah.
And
he
has everything.
And he's dropped 43s 20 times.
Yeah.
I just look, Michael Norman's still young. I hope he could put something together, because he's so talented. And I'm not going to bash him. He's an Olympian. I refuse to bash the young man because, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Whatever. But he's
definitely got talent. The talent is there.
Talent is there for him to be possibly the greatest quarter miler we've ever seen. It's there, but he has to want it. And he's still young enough. What is he, 26, 25? He still has time to do something special. And I just hope, he can get it together. I hope he doesn't quit the sport. Stick with it, man. Stick with it, Michael. You can do it, man. You can do it. I've always been a big fan of his, and I'm not going to give up on him now. I just hope he gets a medal, man, because this kid has too much talent. He really does. He has too much talent.
Yeah.
I really hope he gets it together because, man, he's a rare talent. He's a rare talent. But as we went on to there.
Yeah. The thing about it, at this point, you don't know if it'll ever come out now,
Yeah.
That's the bad part about the whole thing is that you don't know if it's gonna ever surface. So.
Yeah. Well, he does have a gold medal though from 2020. He is a gold medalist, so hey, he has accomplishments.
Yeah,
he's a world champion. He has that too on his resume. It's not like he doesn't have a resume. He got a hell of a resume. A hell of a resume. We can't take that away from him. He does have a resume that most people, 99% of people in the world don't have. So you got to give him that.
Man.
As we move on,
Add a close prayer out.
now
Add a close prayer on.
Oh, we have to go on now before we get to the real big thing, the 1,500 meters.
Oh,
Another one. Hooker that railed in the fish. Hooker the other day.
yeah.
He reeled in the fish the other day with what he ran the other day.
And then, well, even what was that yesterday? Was it the steeplechase?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what's going on with the distance runners, man.
Yeah. What is going on?
Yeah.
The goose, he almost caught the boy from Great Britain. The goose ran good too.
Yeah. Well, in fact, you know, like I thought Thompson had won until they showed the thing. I thought the goose had got second too.
Me too.
I thought the goose had gotten second. You know, they never even talked about it like they did the, you know, Lyles and Thompson thing, man. But yeah, first and third, man, that was tough.
And that's another story of never giving up.
Yeah, that's right.
Cole Hooker last year at the World Championships took 7th place.
Yeah.
And now he set an Olympic record.
Yeah.
And now he's put his hat in the bid like, hey, I'm the best there is now. I'm the best out here now. They're talking about the boy from Norway and the boy from Great Britain. He's like, oh no, I'm gonna add on to this party.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he about to get paid. He about to get paid.
Oh yeah. He's an Oregon
all them road races. Then the indoor, the Wanamaker Mile Mirrors games. He about to get paid. Yeah, he about to get paid.
Yes, indeed. Will, what did you think about the race?
Man, it was cool because I'm trying to remember. I don't know if it was the semifinal or another event that I saw Hopper
You're breaking up, Will.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're frozen.
Yeah, what?
Yeah, a little bit.
What about now?
Nah, I can't hear you now.
Yeah, I can hear him, but it sounds like I hear a buzz or something like
yeah, I hear that too.
Like an amplifier, something is going off.
Up now, JP spinning.
Yeah,
he was sabotaging me.
Okay,
Now,
yeah, sound good.
Well, what you think about the mile, brother? What do you think about the 1,500, brother?
No, Hawker, man. I saw him in I don't remember if it was a semifinal or another event, but I think it was the guy from Norway. You know, he got the best of him, and I was like joking, you know, with my wife, like, man, that man bun is holding him down, you know. But when he came out there, you know, under the brightest lights, man, you know, in that final. Now that's another, you know, example of, you know, never quit, because he ran them down, and I was really impressed, you know, with Hawker, man, and that 1,500, man. That was some real grit that he showed, man, and you know, he was moving, man. That's all I can say about that.
Yeah, he really was. JJ, what you think?
Yo, they ran the first quarter at 51. They ran the half at 151. I was like, yo, they are flying. Then the last 700 meters was absolutely incredible. But yo, keep your eyes open on Hobbs Kessler of the United States. Why you gotta keep your eyes open on Hobbs Kessler? He took 5th in the 1,500. He's running the 800. Mm-hmm. That 800 is gonna be crazy.
Oh yeah, that is gonna be crazy.
You thought the 2012 800 with David Rhodesia was crazy. This one's gonna top it all because everybody gonna go all out. And Will, watch the 2012 Olympics, the 800 meter final in London. That 800 meters was special. This one's gonna top that one, guaranteed. Whoever make the final, When they get done, the hamstring gonna fall off the leg. They're gonna be flying off the track. They're gonna be spinning their arms up. They're gonna go all in on this 800. I promise. Hobbs Kessler, he's gonna be in the mix.
Do you think they're gonna go under that 140 point?
Coach Tate, you know why I'm gonna say yes? Because the times that they're running this year already, and you get everybody together, in that pressure pot, they're gonna go poof. Yeah. Yes, sir. And Hobbs Kessler taking fifth in that 1500. He's not afraid of pain no more. He's gonna go.
That's right.
Yeah, he's gonna go.
I'm looking forward to that 800. Well, y'all, we got the relays to talk about, but you know what? Let's start with the long jump.
Hold on, JP. Hold on. The women's 400 is tomorrow, and you saw what I saw with Paulino. Man, that women's 400 is about to be special.
Bro, she was dominant. Yeah. My goodness.
Yeah.
She could have won 47 in the semis.
That was a 47.9.
Man, 47 was right there. She eased up and she eased up. The women's 400 final is going to be special. And Nasa's back. Oh, man, it's about to get crazy.
Yeah, the race is going to be between them two. Holmes may get third, but she's not going to be in the mix for the gold or silver. That's a two-person race.
You know my take there, Coach Tate, because she's been running good ever since college. Amber Anna from Great Britain. She was one of Arkansas girls.
Yeah. I don't know if she can, with the long season. She's good for her with the long season and stuff. I just don't see anybody being with NASA and Paulino.
No sir.
And NASA, I think NASA's gonna be in front at 300, and then Paulino's gonna come get her.
And the thing is, we haven't seen a 47 point in 40 years. We got to see a 47 point.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because NASA ran what? What did NASA run?
48.25.
Yeah. And NASA's gonna be there for 300, but I don't think it's the same NASA that we seen a few years ago.
That's right.
But I think she's good enough to run 48 high. But I think Paulino is just she's just Paulino, man. She runs the win. There's a few races this year that she could have run faster. Everybody keeps saying, well, nobody's been under 49 and stuff. Well, she hasn't lost a race, and that's what I look at, I don't look at the times all the time. I look at how people do in the competition, and she runs the win. She runs away from everybody, She runs the win, and I don't think NASA can put enough space between the two of them, at the 300 mark. I think NASA can be in front, but I don't think she has the strength to hold Paulino off down the straightaway.
Hey, Coach Tate, there's one person though that we know. We're gonna be talking about her soon. There's one person that we know. If she gets into the mix, she gonna be the one to beat, and we know who that is. We're gonna save that for very, very soon.
I know, and I know who you're talking about.
You know exactly who I'm talking. I'm waiting for her to get to that mix.
Are we gonna talk about her at all?
You get ready to talk about it after you get to talk about Tars David Woodall. We're going to talk about that. It's her time after this. It's the main course time after this. So yeah, but Tars Davis Woodall, she won the long jump today. Coach Tate, I'm waiting for her to run the hurdles too, because I know she can run a mean 100-meter hurdles too, along with that long jump.
Well, she ran the hurdles and did the long jump in Peru, so I know what she can do.
You know what she can do.
Yeah. Coming out of high school, she was one of the best hurdlers around.
Yes, she was,
and not just a long jumper, but I'm just like I said, I just happy that I was a part of their story, and to see them, all of those, that whole group, do as well as they have done, it just makes me feel good. It was like when I was coaching Jack, and
Mhm.
I went to the Olympics, but to sit in the stadium and watch somebody that you coach, do the same thing and then stand on the podium, man, it's just it's just a different feeling and stuff, and just to know that, to see Quincy and Tara and Shakari and Masai on television doing their thing, and I say, well, hey, I was like up close and personal. I got pictures
Yeah.
of me with them, in Peru and stuff. It just makes you feel even better than just seeing them do their thing. Just to know that you was a part of their
Part
story
of your growth.
for a brief spell.
Yeah. JJ, me and you talked about the long jump earlier today, man. She did her thing, man, and won it all. She finally got her goal, brother.
Yeah, Coach Tate, I was telling her, I said, Mahambo's still jumping. I was like, Mahambo is dangerous for all 6 jumps. Like, until Mahambo's
Yeah.
done, I'm like, I'm not celebrating nothing. Then when Mahambo ran out of a jump, I was like, all right, we can celebrate now. Like, Tara won it. Because Mahambo, it'd be boing and jump 24. You'd be like, oops.
Yeah, and
So
they
once
said that
Mahambo
was the
used all her
best.
jump stuff,
They said that was the best series ever in Olympic history. For a woman, she had the 2 jumps over 7, and all the rest of them was 690s and stuff. I think her first one was like 690 or 688 and stuff. From that point on, man, she was like, every time she went down the runway, it was like, a better jump.
man, we
Yeah.
got to give flowers. We got to give flowers to Jasmine Moore because she bronze medal triple jump, bronze medal long jump.
Yeah.
And where
Yeah.
she from? And where she from? Mansfield, Texas, right next to Lamont.
That's
Oh,
right.
wow.
She from Texas. Yeah, she from Texas, and we came all the way went to Georgia first, stayed in
Yeah,
Georgia for a
man.
year, and then went to Florida.
Yeah, after Georgia changed the coaches, they transferred to Florida and got loose. Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Will, what did you see the long jump, Will, or nah?
No, I just saw the results, man. Shout out to that young lady, man.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Shouts to Tara Davis Woodall, man. She's a special talent, and she's another young gun. She's gonna be around for
Yeah.
a while too.
Yeah. All of them are in that same age range, man. 24.
Um, I just, I just looked at fourth place. Fourth place is Larissa Ipiceno from Italy. Her mother was Fiona May from
Fiona,
Great Britain.
yeah, she was a great jumper.
Yeah, she won
Wow.
2 silver medals in 92, 96. Her daughter took 4, so she's gonna be around for a long time. But she's young.
And don't forget about that girl from Nigeria that long jump too, 18-year-old.
Yeah.
Issa Broom. Yes, sir.
She gonna be around too. She gonna be doing that women's long jump gonna be hot, man.
Hot.
It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be.
Yes, sir.
Speaking of hot,
And we missed out. We missed out this one in the triple jump because the girl from South America tore her
Oh,
Achilles,
Achilles.
man.
Yeah, she had operation. She broke the
Yeah,
world record in Tokyo.
yeah,
yeah.
she's tough. I mean, she's the best ever. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into before we get into who shall not be named until we talk about her, let's
Okay.
talk about. We gotta talk about another dominant athlete. What's my man does the pole vault? DePontis?
Oh yeah.
Oh
Mondo.
man.
Goodness. Oh
Hey,
my goodness.
that's my biggest track regret right there. I'm at the 2017 Texas Relays. So he's doing the high school pole vault, but he grew up in Louisiana. He's doing the high
Yeah.
school pole vault. So they raised it in 19.5, and they're like, national high school record. And I'm like, he's not jumping that. And Coach Tate, I'm right at the pit because I'm at the beer tank. I'm right there. He went boing. I was like, no.
Yeah.
We were there.
I'm like 19.5 for high school. I was like, no way.
Yeah. Well, he's another one, with the good genes. And then he grew up with a pole ball pit in his backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah,
That boy, man, that
yeah,
boy, he's as dominant as the person we're gonna be talking about next. He's as
yeah.
dominant in that event as she is in her event.
That's
He
right.
he is amazing. I gotta watch him when he pose vault.
Yeah.
And man, he's something else.
And you know what? To show you what
Go
kind
ahead,
of
Coach K.
talent, show you what kind of talent he is. You know, they say he can run about 10-2 in 100 meters.
Yeah, check to it.
Yeah,
See that?
yeah. So
Yeah.
He's the greatest athlete probably ever do this pole vault thing.
oh
He
yeah, definitely.
He, man, all I can say is expect a world record every time he pole vaults.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he pole vaults, expect a world record.
Record.
Well, did you see DePonis with the pole vault?
Yeah, listen, that's a bad boy, man. I don't, I don't know the technical aspects of the pole vault, but just seeing the way he attacks it, man, it was crazy. And you see, like it's amazing, to win to set a record, but when you breaking your own record every time, that's just a different type of dominance, man.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Which, which, which I guess leads us into to the to the last one, huh?
You know,
We can say the name now. Speaking of dominance,
well,
it was
well,
no secret,
well.
man.
See, I'm gonna. See,
it's no secret.
I'm gonna tell y'all something while we've been talking. You know, they showing it on NBC again. I just watched it again. I had to watch it again. I saw it, earlier when you were live on Peacock, but I had to watch it again on NBC tonight, man. I was just watching it. She just ran again, on NBC. I had to watch it and stuff. I cut the sound down so it wouldn't interfere with the call, but I had to watch it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. In fact, they're interviewing Tara right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
JJ just showed that. Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
catch up with it definitely once we get to this podcast.
Yeah.
But
But
I
yeah.
mean, all I can say is just it doesn't make no damn sense. That's
Well,
all I got. It
well,
doesn't make no
well,
damn
well,
sense.
I like to cite a good friend of mine, uh, uh, George Williams from St. Aug, right? George. I was somewhere and George was speaking, and George started his speech off with, he said, people see the glory, but they don't know the story, you know,
Mhm.
and I thought about that, and I said it's so true. Uh, Sydney, I always feel special when I see Sydney, uh, because I did Joetta Clark's camp, and when Sydney was 9 years old, and her and Talitha were in camp together. Joetta's daughter at Joetta's camp. She had it in Easton, Pennsylvania that year. In fact, Larry Holmes had helped sponsor the camp that year for her. Um, I taught Sydney how to hurdle when she was 9 years old,
Wow.
and taught her how to long jump. Her and Talitha both taught them how to long jump over the Joetta was like 3-day camp. I went up there for 2 days, taught her, worked with her in the hurdle one day, and then the next day I worked with the two of them in the long jump. So, and I got a picture of Sydney. She's 9 years old, wore eyeglasses, had the blondish, hair and stuff. Looked like a little nerd. And the first thing that I noticed about Sydney was at 9 years old, and I've done a lot of camps. I've done Mike Pascuzzo's camp for 25 years. I've done camps upstate New York. Um, she had to be the most determined young person that I've ever had the privilege of being around in a camp situation. Usually, when kids 9 years old, they're not attentive. They off their heads are everywhere, but what you trying to teach them and stuff. This was the most determined young person that I'd ever seen at, up to that point in time, man. It was like she was trying to absorb everything that you was telling her, that you was telling them. That's how intense she was at 9. And you see that intensity every time she steps on the track. If you look at her when she walks out on the track and before her races. She's standing there and she's in her own zone. She's
Mm-hmm.
she's going back and forth, just back and forth. Nothing nothing around her is a distraction, everything. That's how focused. Well, that's how Sydney was when she was 9 years old, man. I never seen that in a person that young. Other kids was half listening, they playing, they talking with to each other and stuff at the camp and stuff. And she was just like she was just trying to absorb everything and stuff. And later on, when I found out who she was, I even felt closer to her. I went to East Orange High School.
Mm-hmm.
Sydney's father was the state champ at East Orange High School in the 400,
Mm-hmm.
47 point
Oh,
at 400. Okay. And so I got the opportunity to know Willie, before Sydney and them and the other kids became that great in track. When I found out that Willie was her father. And she has good genes. Her mother ran the 400 for Manhattan. Her father went to Manhattan. He ran 45.400 at Manhattan. So she got good genes, but the girl, anybody could coach Sydney McLaughlin. Okay. Any coach that's knowledgeable could coach Sydney because she's that kind of person. That she's just coachable. Absorbs everything you say to her. Bobby, the only thing that Bobby has done with Sydney was good when she went to Bobby. The one thing that Bobby did, he taught her how to hurdle off the other leg. If you notice Sydney's race, the difference between her and Femke Bowl today, Sydney ran 14 steps the whole race. Do you know what that means? She alternated
that means
every
game
hurdle.
over.
She alternated every hurdle. Femke Bowl, Femke Bowl ran 14 steps for 7 hurdles. If you look at the last 3 hurdles that Femke Bowl ran, that was from the 300 mark to the finish. She stayed on the same leg. So she instead of 14 strides, she was taking 15. That's why Sydney opened up that distance and it kept getting wider. In fact, she made
And that's what,
when she
and the
broke
Coco, and the Coco went whoop.
when she broke her spirit, she might have even went 17 steps because she was running slower that last 100. Okay, and
Yes, she
And the
to the
Coco
was.
point
be right by her.
that Anna caught her. And if it had been another 5 yards, the other girl from the U.S. would have caught her. Okay,
Yep.
but
Jackie Jones. Yep.
Sydney literally broke her spirit at 300 meters. I've never seen anybody that dominant over an individual, especially an individual that had the hype that she had coming in to the race.
Mm-hmm.
This was supposed to be the race of the century. Okay, there was people that had picked Pimky Bowl to win,
I don't know
and I
why.
and I and I said then no way can she beat Sydney. Then they said, oh well, she ran 47.9 last week. Don't mean nothing. The hurdles is a pattern race. You just can't go out and run it like you run in the open 4. You need that speed, but you also got to keep that pattern in your brain. And Sydney broke her pattern. In fact, Sydney broke her heart. The girl went over there and cried.
She did.
The
She
girl
did.
walked off the
To
track
the
and went over
breakdown.
there where her parents was and stood there and cried like a baby. and stuff. I never seen anybody do that on the track, man. I mean, she just literally just her spirit was broken.
You know what it
Coach,
reminds me of?
Coach
You
Tate,
know what it reminded
I seen it before, Coach Tate.
Yeah,
you know what it reminded me of?
I seen it before.
You know what it reminded me of? Do you remember when Michael Jordan won his first title in '91? He beat the Lakers. Then in '92, people said, "Oh, Clyde Drexler is just as good as Michael Jordan is, and he's not that far behind, or just as good as he is." Mike went out there and got him out of there in 6 games. Remember he did the shrug after he hit the 3-pointer? He was like, you know what I mean? People are like, what? And he's like, I don't know. You know what I mean? That's how Sid dominates Femke Bowl.
yeah.
In the same type of manner.
It was
Just like Michael showed Clyde Drexler, who's an all-time great player, by the way, that there's levels to this. Sid definitely showed Femke there is several levels to this. I really think in some ways this race. I'm not saying I've seen it happen. Coach Tate, you've watched this sport longer than me. JJ, you've watched it, but Coach Tate's watched it longer than us. This is the type of race that might break Femke Bowl's spirit going forward.
I said that. She
It's
may
gonna
not
destroy her.
she may not never be the hurdler that she probably could be going forward. Because I never seen she literally walked off the track, man, in a daze. She was in a complete daze when she literally, I mean, you could see her when her spirit was broken. When they came off that curve, when Sydney ran past her, or coming out of that curve, you could see her spirit. I mean, she became a different person. And it showed. Like I said, I don't even think she was taking 15 strides at that point. I think she was taking 17, because she started going backwards basically.
Yeah.
Anybody, Sydney taking 14 strides the whole race, her taking 15 at that point, the gap wouldn't have opened up that much. It would have opened up, but not. She literally, it was like more than 10 meters.
It was, and when I was watching it, it was stunning because I'm like, wow, look at this. And when she came off that curve, I knew it was over. I'm like, oh man, it's over. I said, you can cancel Christmas.
Yeah,
it's over. It's over. Yeah. And I was just stunned by what I saw. And we still haven't seen Sydney push. There's nobody that can push her.
I know.
Nobody can push her.
She's broken the record 3 times in the past 2 years by herself. The closest person that came to her the first time she broke the record was in the Olympics when she beat Dalilah Muhammad. Since then, there's been no one close to her, and she's literally running by herself and breaking world records, man. I mean, it's like Mondo in the pole vault. When he gets to the point where it's time to set a record, he's the only person jumping. He's literally jumping against. I mean, it's him in the pole and the bar. It's her, the hurdles, and the finish line. Because there's nobody else.
Nobody.
And I've never seen dominance in any event. Like that. I mean, you look at all the events. When records are broken and stuff, you don't see runaways. In the 400, whatchamacallit, literally, when he ran that, what's his name, the African guy, when he set the world record, he ran that one literally bound, but it was one time. This is like every time she steps on the track, you look to see how fast it's going to be. Every time Duplantis gets on the runway, you look to see how high he's getting ready to go. And you look at every other event in the sport, and it's not, none of them are like that. Those are the two events that where the one person is just completely dominant.
Dominant.
You know,
Dominant.
you know.
It's crazy. Will,
Yeah.
what did you think about the demolition that we saw today?
I mean, it's probably the most dominant performance I've seen, man. Like, to see the gap between, Sydney and the other runners, and the fact that it looked like she didn't even sweat doing it, it's just insane. Like JP, man, I wasn't, obviously it's been a short time since we had this conversation, but I wasn't as up on it. Like I knew, who Sydney was. Like I know she had won a lot, but to like really pay attention and see the manner that she wins. She listen, man, she on the Mount Rushmore 2-3 times, man.
Bruh, I'm gonna tell you right now, the way I rank them, Carl, Bolt, man, I gotta throw a woman athlete in there. Maybe Jackie Joyner-Kersee. There's so many women athletes you could throw on there. Allison Felix, Shelly Ann Fraser-Price, Elaine, all them. But Sid's on that list. I gotta say that's my top. That's probably my top 4.
Yeah.
Sid, Carl, Bolt, Carl, Bolt, and maybe Jackie Joyner-Kersee. I mean, you know what I mean? They're, man, I mean, she is GOAT like.
Bro.
And I'm gonna tell you something.
Bro,
It's like
one.
I said.
You skipped one.
Who's that?
Evelyn Ashford. Evelyn Ashford, brother.
Oh yeah. Evelyn Ashford's definitely up there. See, that's why I don't like doing GOAT lists, man. Evelyn Ashford's definitely, she's definitely up there. But I'm gonna say this, and I'm saying this now, maybe for the first time ever. Sydney McLaughlin might be the most talented track athlete in track and field history, male or female, because you can literally throw her in the 200. She could contend in that. The 400, she could contend in that. The 100 hurdles, she could contend in that. The long jump, she could contend in that. And we know what she can do in the 400 hurdles. Yeah. She is the most talented. I didn't say she's Carl or anything like that, because Carl's the GOAT. Don't get it twisted. Carl is the greatest track and field athlete of all time. But when I talk about talent, Sydney McLaughlin is the greatest talent we've ever seen in track and field history, male or female. Period.
I'll second that.
Period.
I'll second that.
We've never seen nothing like this. We gotta remember, she beat Gabby bad back in, what was that, May?
Yeah.
At the LA Grand Prix.
Hey, and then went to New York in the cold, because I was up there. It was cold up there at Renzo's Island that day, and she ran 48.5.
Yeah,
and it was the top time in the country until the girl broke it recently over there in the last Diamond League meet. The girl ran. The girl that went to Arkansas from England. She beat it by a couple of tenths of and had the fastest time in the world. But that's the fastest time in the world. She had one of the fastest times. She was in top 5 in the 200. Number 1 in the 400, number 1 in the hurdles. She was in the top 10 in the 100 hurdles. The girl just got talent that we have never seen in one person. In different events. You know, I mean, like you said, hey, the girl jumped 20 feet plus in high school at New Balance meet at the Armory indoors.
And gave it up, Coach Tate, and gave it her freshman year and gave it up.
Yeah, she could be one of the best long jumpers around. You know, the girl. If the schedule had been right, you remember what they did for Michael Johnson in '96.
Yeah.
If they had done that for Sidney McLaughlin this year, you would have seen something unbelievable. You would have seen a Wanda Reno act. You know, when he won the 4 and the 8, Sidney could have won the 4 and the 400 hurdles at this Olympic Games if they had set the schedule up for her like they did Michael Johnson.
They
could have won both.
She and look, we still got at least another Olympics of this of that. She now in 2028, we don't know what it's going to be, but she might do the 2 and the 4.
Yeah,
we don't know that. She might do the 2 and the 4 in 2028.
And it's gonna be in the States, so they'll set the schedule up for her.
Yeah, and where does she live at now? LA. Where the game's at? LA. It makes it more easier for her.
That's right. They'll set it up for her. That's what they did. That's why, you know, if it had been any other year other than in '96, they wouldn't have done it for Michael. I mean, it was in Atlanta. You know, Atlanta. It was on home grounds. You know, we had the right to set up the schedule the way they wanted to. You know, and they could do the same for her in 28. But
yeah,
to me, I'd say the same thing. She's the greatest, you know, definitely the greatest female, and for all around talent in various events. She's the greatest track athlete I've ever seen, man. I mean, the girl is just, you know, she's off the chain, man. You know, it's like
she's off the chain, Coach Tate.
Yeah.
And you know, we saw this talent when she was younger. When she was look, she's the only person I know where she ran in high school at the Meet of Champs, and I never seen nothing like it. When she came to South Jersey, ran in Columbus.
Yeah. I saw her at Egghoff.
I was in a car. Yeah, I was in a car line literally for almost an hour. That's how packed. That's how many cars were there to come see Sidney McLaughlin run.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be kidding me.
Well,
I was in line for an hour.
No, hey, let's look at this. Look how many people. Now, remember what I'm saying. Look how many people tomorrow in the 400 gonna run slower than 50.3.
Yeah.
I see it too.
Hey, I don't see right now. I see 3 people running, maybe 4, faster than 50.3. She could run tomorrow the race she ran today. If it was tomorrow over hurdles, the other girls was on the flat, she wouldn't finish last in the damn race. That's how talented this girl is. You know, if somebody running over the 400 hurdles could beat somebody running, and not when I say somebody, beat a good 400 runner on the running on the flat.
Yeah, I mean, people compared her like to Edwin Moses. They're both iconic, and Edwin Moses, I mean, you know, golly, I mean, you talk about icons.
Yeah, that's right.
Edwin Moses is up there with anybody. You could easily put him on a Mount Rushmore, easily.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But Sidney is something, man. We've goodness gracious. I just and people actually thought Femke had a chance. That's what I can't understand. I mean, I said, 2 weeks ago when we was on the call, man, I said that it's not even a question mark, man. Who's gonna win that race? But you know, Coach Tate, I'm hearing the excuses for some people, and there's a friend of mine, JJ. I'm not going to call his name. You know who I'm talking about. There's a friend of mine who told me that he thinks Femke is going to give Sydney McLaughlin a good race. He told me that she's going to push her. When she got her doors closed, he tells me today. I told him. I called him up this afternoon. I said, I told you. Mm-hmm. His thing was, well, she ran last Saturday. She ran a 47.9, and she had nothing left for the tank. She had the tank. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear excuses. That's
one race, and she got nothing left in the tank. Sure, yeah, hey. Look here, she just got her spirit broken. That's all today.
She got her spirit
broken. She got her spirit broken. And you could see it. You could see it at the point where she broke down. And it was over. It was over at that point. Sydney could have jogged the rest of the way, and that girl wouldn't have beat her.
And her coach even sat up there and said, I remember Sonia Richards-Ross was interviewing the coach, Femke's coach beforehand. Mm-hmm. He was like, Clayton's going to get bronze, Sydney's going to get silver, and Femke's ready. She's going to get gold. Mm-hmm. You don't think Sid saw that and was like, okay,
right?
What? I'm gonna show you. You know what? She has that fire in her that only the greats have, like a Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant. She's in that mindset.
When she steps on the track, it was like when Michael Jordan stepped on the basketball court, the killer came out of him. The killer came out. That's what she has. She steps on the track. You look at her in the rounds, you say, oh, well, she's running average and shit. Every final that this girl has run in is like she runs her own race, man. She just goes out and just runs. I've never seen anybody just go out like her and just run, man. It's like, hey, when I cross the finish line, y'all gonna know that this was something special. That's the attitude she has when the gun goes off. Y'all are in for something special.
And Coach Tate, she could have gone faster too if she had somebody there.
I had said that she was gonna run 49 high. She didn't have nobody. I thought that Bo might push her to a 49 high. And she ended up just destroying the girl.
Destroying.
She was running by herself again. The last 3 times that she set the record, she's run by herself.
Running by herself.
Running by herself. Yeah, she's run 50.3 times. The last 3 times, each one of them was a world record, and she's run by herself.
See, watching Sydney run is just a must see. Yeah. It's something special. It really is. It really is.
It's become like you watching a machine. I swear. It's like you turn the motor on and the motor turns off when it crosses the finish line. It's it's like you ever see the commercial with the ever ready battery and the thing is beating the drum, the little toy.
And
they say the battery it just keeps on going and going and going. That's Sydney. She's like the ever ready battery.
Yes, it is. Yes, she is.
The gun goes off and she just goes and goes and goes, and it's like now there's not even any excitement to her races, because what the outcome is going to be, and that it's not going to be competitive or anything. The only thing you're looking at is for when she crossed the finish line, what's the time on the clock?
What's the time on the clock?
That's the only thing you're looking at.
Coach Tate, do you think she moves to the 400 now?
I think she is. You can't say, because I think she still may want to become the first person to run 49, which I mean the first girl. I mean, I remember when the men was winning the Olympics in 49.seconds. And now you're talking about a girl running 49 something in the 400, man. That's like, it's like almost like impossible. But it's reached the point where what is impossible with her?
Coach Tate, the high school boys record is 49.38.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
if a high school kid runs 49 in the hurdles,
I had a kid that won the nationals 4 or 5 years ago. Kid from Cherry Hill East won the D3 national chair, ran 51.2. He was talking smack, on the track and stuff. And you know what I said? I said, you know what? You won the D3 national champion. I said, but you know what? You can't talk too loud because I could bring a girl down here that would whoop your butt. Okay,
Oh, man.
and he realized who I was talking about. He shut up, I said, don't get carried away now. You won D3 national champion. Okay, I'm proud of you, man. Because you came here running 55. Okay, I said, but don't be talking out your head now, because I could bring a girl down here that will whoop your ass, man. And he couldn't say nothing else after that. But be quiet, okay? That's how amazing this girl is that there's coaches that wish they had a guy running as fast as her on their teams, and college coaches. There's college coaches wishing they had a 50-point hurdler, because they'd be winning a lot of meets. And that's how amazing this girl is. I mean, you can't say that about a sprinter, a short sprinter. She carries fast, okay? But hey, look how many high school kids are running 10.5 and 10.4, 10.3, okay? But here's a girl that a lot of college coaches wish they had a kid running that fast, wish they had a guy running as fast as her in that particular race.
We talking about grown men.
Yeah, grown men.
We talking about grown men.
Grown men.
She's definitely. So let me ask you this question: 4x4 relay with her. So who should it be? It should be Sid. I already told Jay. It should be Sid. Alexis Holmes leads off.
Mm-hmm.
I would put Gabby on the second leg. Mm-hmm. Put Anna Cocker on the third leg, and of course, Sid's going to finish everything up.
Yeah. Sydney's gonna run. I'm hoping that they're gonna run Gabby. Some of these jokers deciding these relays and shit, man. That's just, I question them, but I'm hoping that they're gonna run Gabby, because I think that team. I think if they run that team, Alexis Holmes, even the girl that ran the other night, if they don't run Anna, the girl that ran the ankle leg on the mixed relay.
For Brown,
the young girl.
Oh yeah, Kayla Brown.
Yeah, she ran 49.14 that second time. In fact, if you look at the splits, both of the girls ran faster at the second time than the guys ran, man.
Yeah.
But I would run her. If they don't run Anna, I would run her. But if they run Alexis and Gabby, Anna or the other girl, the young girl, and Sydney, they might break that record.
It'll come close. It'll be real.
It might break that record.
Real close. And you know what? Our last topic of the evening, because you know what I'm saying? We got to remember, we all got to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And we got to watch the youngster run at 5 o'clock in the morning.
That's right. Quincy
Wilson.
Quincy leading off the team. Hey, what leg didn't I tell you last time I put him on leadoff leg?
Exactly what you said.
Somebody was listening. And hey, the thing about it, I hope they run him in the final, man, too.
Yeah.
You know, I hope they run him. The kid deserves. I mean, he's earned the spot.
He deserves a spot. He definitely deserves.
Please, hey, listen. Right now, there's two people you don't need on that team. You don't need Michael Norman, and you don't need Cool Breeze Bailey wearing them damn sunglasses, man. It was the sun was even shining the other night, man. It was overcast, and this dude came out there with them damn glasses on, man, and bright ass Oakleys or whatever they was, man. I'm like, look at this fool, man. Only person out there with sunglasses, and damn near didn't make the damn final. And then he got in the final, the same thing. He the only one with sunglasses on. Him and Michael Norman, they running back in the back, trading places and stuff. It's like they can leave both of them off of that relay.
Oh man!
But I hope they run the young boy the both days, man. You know.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question. Would you think Quincy goes pro especially if he wins a gold medal?
I would think he would. My thing is with the kids, and some people say, "Oh man, well they should wait and stuff." Track is the kind of sport right now that only a certain few people are really making money. Okay, so if you put yourself in that position, my feeling is that you got to go for it. Okay. Because first of all, very few people that young are gonna be in that position anyway. Okay. So if you are lucky enough to find yourself in that position where you can sign one of them big contracts, you know, like people knock Candace Hill, okay, when she turned pro. Okay, out of high school. But what they don't realize is that the girl signed a contract for worth over $1 million. Guaranteed money. Okay. So if you find yourself in that kind of position, man, you can't pass that up because that may not ever happen again. Now she didn't turn out to be a superstar. She's still running, and actually she ran better this year than she's had in the past couple of years. But the fact is that she signed for $1 million guaranteed money. Okay, now if the people behind Quincy, if they can pull up that kind of deal, and I understand that he's a very smart kid, academically. Listen, get a contract with like Alice and Felix did. Hey, where they responsible for paying for your education plus the monies. Okay, all of those things. He got to take a look at that. Because next year Quincy may be average. You don't know in this sport. From year to year, you do not know. Okay, you can't predict that he's gonna be running 43. Okay, ever until he runs it. Okay, and that's the way this sport is and stuff. You have the people. Allison, she became a superstar. Okay, Candace was average, but both of them had money. Okay, and if he can sign something where he's gonna get paid, it's gonna be worth his while, and it's gonna be a good situation for his family. You know, and the full story with Quincy. Quincy was born. Where was Quincy born?
Virginia.
In Virginia, and his mother moved to Maryland. You know,
Yeah,
so
family
you don't know what the family situation is or what. You know, they moved to Maryland so he could go to Bullis. You know, after she met the coach and talk to him. You know, so next year that kid could be hurt. A whole lot of things happen in this sport, man. You know. So if he puts himself in that position where he can sign something, especially if it's guaranteed monies and stuff, he shouldn't have to sign any kind of contract that's a performance. I mean, he's performed already. I mean, he's performed better than some of these jokers out here that's got contracts, you know. But if he can sign something like a contract like Candace Hill signed, I'd tell him, hey, go ahead, man. But you don't know what tomorrow brings and stuff. And it'd be different if every pro athlete was making big bucks, but they're not. You know?
Yeah. You know what? I can see the sport growing too. The sport seems like it's growing. It's getting more publicity. I think what Michael Johnson's doing is going to be a good thing. You know, the sport is starting to take off a little bit now. It's like I said, will it ever be NFL contract money? Nah. But if you can get somebody paying somebody $10 million a year to run,
right? Yeah,
and you know, you
can't pass it up.
Lower tier, $500,000 $1 million a year. That would be great.
Yeah. Because the current organization that's in charge of track in this country is doing nothing but putting money in the fat cat's pockets. You know, I mean, you got them people in Indianapolis making the big bucks, man. Max, you know, $6 million a year. Who's worth $6 million? Damn, what? He's the CEO or the president, whatever Max's title is, man. Got a $6 million salary, man. You know, he's not doing nothing for the athletes, really. You know, his assistant Renee, she's right behind Max. She making $2-3 million a year, you know, contract, and that doesn't include the bonuses that they get, you know.
I'd like to see. I'm definitely all for athlete empowerment and seeing these athletes get paid what they're worth, man.
Yeah.
Get paid what they're worth, because I mean, these people put their bodies through rigorous training that you know what I'm saying, that a lot of humans can't really, you know what I mean, deal with. And it's not a sacrifice in pain with running track and field. And I would like to see the athletes definitely get their just due and be able to retire off that. Don't have to work no more. You know,
because I mean, even Noah has spoke out earlier in the year about, you know, the struggle it is, you know, training and, you know, paying for your trainers and coaches and all that kind of stuff. You know, he's at the top of the list, probably. He's one of the guys at the top of the list is making some bucks and stuff, you know. There's people that's working 9 to 5 that are and then, you know, trying to find the time to train, and they're calling themselves professional athletes, man. You know,
I really hope these track athletes get what they're just due, because if anybody in sport deserves to be paid, it's these track and field athletes, man.
Oh, yeah, because they put a lot of time, man.
They put a lot of time. People don't understand how much time and energy these athletes put in. And if anybody deserves it, it's track and field athletes, because every summer, track and field, I mean, not every 4 years, but for us, it's every year. Track and field is special. But in the Olympics, it's the marquee event. You know, in the marquee event, you start getting they need to start paying up and getting these, you know, these runners their money and stuff for what they do. I'm all for athlete empowerment and everything.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And let me say this too. I'm gonna tell people out there this tier too. Your good athletes, are some of the nicest, most coolest people you ever want to meet in your life. Tell you that too.
Yeah.
These are some of the most personable people you ever want to meet in your life.
Right. Yeah.
You know, hey, it's been another great show. We got to get up in about another 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
To watch the young gun,
young brother. That's right. Got to watch the young brother.
Gun and see what he's going to do. Which I think he's going to run a very fast time. By the way,
I do too. I think he's going to show out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Coach Tate, we thank you and of course, you know, we already said we want to honor that 68 team. So, you know, you'll be back with us very soon. Because you know.
All right. And I'll round up some as many of the guys as I can.
Yeah, that would be
to call in, yeah.
That's the greatest team, like I said, in my opinion, in sports history. And I'm talking about regardless of what sport you want to talk about. But hey, we're going to end it like this. For behalf of JJ, Will, Coach Tate, and myself, we hope you all saw the Olympics and were you not entertained.
That's right.
We say peace and enjoy the rest of this weekend with track and field and Olympics stuff. Go USA.
Yeah, because we still got between now and Saturday, we still got some good races.
We got some good races in the gold medal basketball game. And when the women's gold medal basketball game, too. We still got some gold medals to get.
Yes, right. Quite a few.
Yes. All right. We can sign off,
guys.
Oh, Coach Tate, hold on a minute.